This last video is just about the ideas or the attitude of creating chances and forcing the issue. And we discussed this in training when we had a session where we went with 30 minutes, almost 30 minutes without either team getting a shot on goal. And there were many opportunities we passed up a lot of opportunities to shoot first time. We passed up opportunities to serve the ball in the box. We passed up opportunities to just take a player on a half step and shoot. We're overthinking or overplaying at times. We're trying to do too many passes, beat a player completely, beat the defense completely, and get tap ins and get the ball in, using combination plays. Sometimes it's just about getting the ball in the area and taking half chances. And I think if you see this, how I've laid this out, we have to start when we're in these areas. We have good possession. We've done a good job of keeping possession, and we get the ball in these areas. We have to start thinking, in this area I can serve the ball in early. In this area I can shoot. In this area I can cross. In this area I can do a deep service. And so I've kind of wanted to visualize these areas because I think we pass up a lot of opportunities to exploit a defense that isn't prepared to stop a early service or isn't prepared to stop someone who likes to shoot and is more prepared to break down teams or stop teams that are trying to get through them via combination play because that's what they're used to. It's a bit different thinking, but we have to force the issue at times. Sometimes we will build and sometimes we will take our time, but sometimes we just need to get the ball in the box as quickly as we can, put players in good positions and put the defense on their heels and create havoc by just having a more attack-minded, more goal-centric attitude. Right? We're just going to get the ball to the area. The ball needs to be in the box for us to score, or it needs to be just in the area outside the box for us to score. Let's get it there and then score. We don't need to do anything fancy. So I wanted to highlight, the areas that when we're playing where we miss opportunities to say early service. When we're in this area, the 11 has the ball, the 2 or the 3 has the ball in a wide area. Look at where the back line is and see if you can get a ball in behind them, right? Curve a ball into space. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be to somebody. It has to be to somebody's run or to somebody's forcing them to back up, forcing them to have to retreat and clear a ball, forcing them to have to put them under pressure. It's really what you're trying to do. You don't need to combine every single time. Maybe the 9 will stay centrally, and instead of coming out to help 11 to combine to get across, we just look to get a early service, right? Same thing from a deep area. Sometimes we just got to put the ball in the box from an area that if we're having trouble breaking them down and we haven't had a shot in a while, let's just see what happens if we dump the ball in the area and try to force the issue, right? Can we win a knockdown? Can we win the first ball? Whatever the situation might be, we have to start thinking when we're in these areas, I can get the ball in behind the box, behind the line with an early service. I could possibly, put a ball in the box on a diagonal, say we're switching point of attack, and hit a diagonal ball into space. And these are all more obvious, all right? When we want to, in this area, we definitely need to get crosses off. Your objective when you're in this area is to get a cross off, not to combine, not to beat your player to the end line, to get a cross off. That's it, right? Your job is to put the ball in an area that we can score. And sometimes we're overthinking what we're trying to do or when we're attacking, that we're trying to beat the defense. No, we're trying to create chances. The defense might be able to stop or not stop our combination play, right? But if we don't, the end result isn't that we get the ball in an area that we can score. What's the point of trying to break them down, right? What's the point? So we need to change our attitude that when we are in these areas, let's get the ball in the area so we can score, especially outside the box players, midfielders, 8, 9, 8, 10, and 6. If you get the ball in this area, you have license to shoot on target. You don't need to spray it out wide. You don't need to keep possession. Take your chance and get it on goal, right? We have to learn and get better at taking shots. And Dino said it in practice. The objective when you start the game is to get the first shot, to get the first cross, to get the first foul, to set the tone that you mean business, that you're going to play, not just keep possession, right? We had a session where we had 30 minutes. We were playing for more than 30 minutes. We're almost playing for an hour. And in 30 minutes, we had no shots on goal. It was just all possession. And one team was dominating possession, but it wasn't ending up with anything because we always were dribbling when we needed to shoot or cross. We're trying to combine when we should shoot or cross, right? Or the players were trying to get all the way to the end line, or get all the way to the goal instead of taking their chances from distance. Players are playing possession, spraying the ball left and right, which looked great. We're umbrella. We have good spacing. We're moving the ball, but no one's forcing the issue. So the defense is happy. The defense is okay with that. When you're only going to have a few chances during these nationals to score. We have to have the attitude that when they open up to allow me to shoot and I'm in this area, I got to take my shot. If I'm in an area that I can get early service and the defense's line is flat and maybe not in a good spot to block a ball in here, let's put it in there and let our players work onto it. Especially if we get deep. If we get this far in on them and don't get a cross off, it's a disservice to what we've done. All of the stuff that we've done up until that point, we now wasted because we didn't get the final result, which is at least a cross in the box. If you're in here, let's get a cross or corner kick, whatever the situation might be, right? It might deflect. But if we try to dribble our way or try to combine our way all the way to the goal, it's going to be so much harder to score. So I just wanted to paint this picture in your mind right now that when we're in their half, we're looking to score. Okay, put the ball in the area that allows us to score. Not playing long ball. It still can be intelligent, but play what they give you, right? If they're allowing you space and time and their defense is flat, I'm going to serve a ball in the area, right? I don't need to beat my guy to get down here and then try to beat him again to get here to get a cutback cross and goal. Yes, that does happen every once in a while, but more times than not, an early service in here is just as dangerous. It puts them on their heels. It forces issues. It makes them have to defend when they don't want to defend. And let's make the teams uncomfortable, right? So our goal should be now to get the first shot, get the first cross, get the first corner kick, get the first foul, right? We want to force the issue, be more louder than they are. We're going to be the loudest team on the field. We work harder than everybody. We work for each other. But also when we're attacking, we mean business. We're not just playing possession to say, oh, at the end of the game, we were the better team because we had better possession. No, it's the team that puts the balls in the net that matter. And for us, we have to use our possession smart in a better way and more efficient. And I think that's the word right now that is coming to my mind, is that we're not efficient with our scoring because we take too many touches. Players aren't seeing that, are trying to beat players completely as opposed to just creating space for a cross or a shot, right? And so the attitude has to change, that when we're in these areas, we're looking to score. While keeping possession, we're looking to score. And if the result of our possession is that we don't get a chance on goal, that's a failed possession, right? And that's how we have to think. It's a failed possession. If we don't get a shot on goal or corner kick or something, right, an attempt on goal, it's a failed possession, and now all that work now has to be redone, all right? And the team isn't being threatened by us, right? At the end of the day, if they win 1-0 and we have all the possession in the world, it's like, oh yeah, it's fine. This is a team that displays possession, and they can't score goals. So our mentality has to change. And if you take a look at this image, anytime you're in this area, you got to be looking. I think we already ingrained in our brain to keep possession, but now we got to look. Can I early service? Can I shoot? Can I cross? Can I deep service? Those 4 or 5 things we got to have in our mind now, so that we have the right mindset. We force the issue and are creating chances, and I think it will help us score more goals.